And now for your weekly dose of metal. Here are your hosts, Morgan Danielle and Luco Blaze on The Metal Experience.
All right, I'm Morgan Danielle, and I'm here with Greg Master, the webmaster.
Greg Master.
Yeah. And we opened up with two lovely tracks from our friends. The first one was Weak, the brand new single from Orinoco that is now up on YouTube with a lyric video, and another awesome song called Imaginary Friends by our friends in Urzuli, and that was the band's first music video that was released this past weekend, up also on their YouTube page. So obviously I'm doing the intro. That means there's no Luco Blaze tonight. He is unfortunately sick and contaminated and in quarantine.
He's always contaminated.
He is, but this time we quarantined him. So just me and Greg Master tonight. And we are joined tonight by Rockford's finest, Reckless Redemption. A couple guys drove all the way down to be here tonight. So why don't you go ahead, introduce yourselves, and thank you so much for coming out tonight.
My name is Matt. I'm a vocalist.
My name is Malcolm. I play the bass.
The bass.
The bass. He plays the fish.
Very, very cool. Well, let's get right into it. Reckless Redemption. How long have you guys been around? I know I've seen your name pop up quite a few times within the past few years.
I'd say we've been playing shows since like 2008, 2009. So quite a while, yeah.
You've been together for 10 years already.
Yeah.
You don't look that old.
I'm 28.
Started about the same time I did with some of these things.
Nice.
So let's go right into how Reckless Redemption started. Were you always called Reckless Redemption, or did you guys go under?
And a lot of this he can't answer because he's like the newest member of the band now. He joined, like almost 2 years ago?
Yes, I'm the little baby of
He's
the
a
band.
newbie.
Not that new.
Which kind of sucks because the other members aren't here.
Yeah, let's go ahead and call out who's not here tonight
Um,
and missing out on the fun.
Both our guitar players, Craig and Tommy, and our drummer Matt, and they're all original. We just can't hold on to bass players for some reason. But Malcolm's doing a good job though.
Good job, Malcolm.
Thank you, because I'm the best.
He's young and he throws down. That's all I gotta say.
That's important.
Hell yeah.
Now, Reckless Redemption, the name. How did you decide that one?
So this is before I was even in the band. Like it was Craig and a couple of people we went to high school with. Like I said, we weren't playing shows till like 2009, 2008. So our lineup changed a little bit. But during the time, the name has already been established before I'm even in the band. So I had no say so. I was like, all right, that's a cool name. So honestly, I couldn't tell you where that name came from. I really couldn't.
All right, good answer.
As bad as that sounds.
It's all good. So you went as Reckless Redemption from the start then?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we should have changed the name just because of like how old we are and like the different members. Like the only original members are like me and Craig. Matt joined. Craig used to be the drummer and now he's a guitar player. Then Matt came along. Some buddies we went to high school with that never played shows with us, they quit. Then we found other people. Then we started playing shows. That's how that happened. So, yeah.
What you got, Greg?
Hell yeah. Fucking Reckless Redemption.
Yeah. I don't even know what I would name the band, honestly, so we kind of just stuck.
How many songs you guys got?
Let's see. We have our first album out that has 10 songs. We're working on our new album right now. We're recording it. It's got 10 songs. So I'd say like about 20 or 21 songs.
Hell yeah.
Never played one cover in their history.
Nope.
No cover songs?
No.
No Freebird? No
No.
Slayer? Oh.
I always tell the drunken asshole, I'm sorry.
It's all good. do you guys cover any black metal?
I mean, no.
No.
I mean, I'm not opposed to it.
Yes.
So he asked you how many songs you've recorded. Where do you guys do your recording at?
Okay, so what we're doing right now, it's called Imprint Recordings.
Your imprint, your recording?
Yeah. So
Imprintrecordings.com?
who do you record with? Justin?
Charlie
Or
and
Charlie?
Justin.
Okay.
Both of them.
'Cause I was going to say that
Charlie
I know
like records us, and then Justin does like the mixing.
They sponsor our show.
Do they?
Yeah, they do.
Fuck
They do.
yeah! I didn't even know that.
Charlie, we've known them for a long time because of Genotype and the Dark Siders.
Hell
and
yeah,
Yeah. They
Sweet.
sponsor the Hey Look What I Found segment every week.
that's cool.
Yeah. Good guys.
Yeah, so
They are really good guys.
it
Great
sounds
friends.
a lot like quality wise. It sounds a lot better than our first album, which we were signed.
Turkey Vulture Records, man.
Yeah,
Woo!
I won't talk about them.
Gobble
but
gobble.
Yeah,
Gobble, gobble.
wasn't a fan of the
Turkeys.
quality of that, but our new stuff is pretty banging.
I
bitches.
still remember when that CD first came out, the very first Reckless Fest in 2014. I was there.
Ooh.
He was there.
Where
What's-
was this?
What's Reckless
Where was
Fest?
this
All
at?
right.
Yeah.
So
Tell us
Reckless
about it.
Fest is something we used to do every year. We haven't done it for like 2 years now, but our first album came out in 2014. We did 15 and 16. We didn't do 17 or 18 just because of reasons and
Well,
family.
you've been a
and
band for 10 years now. Let's make it happen this year.
It's gonna happen this year.
Okay, good.
Because we plan on dropping our new album in August.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So we get like a bunch of our local friends, like 14 bands,
Woo!
maybe more this year, because we plan on having 2 stages: an
Oh my
inside
gosh.
stage and outdoor stage.
What?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
This is stuff I really shouldn't be saying, but I don't care.
What's
like-
the
Where
general
does this usually
area?
happen?
I mean,
Yeah,
this year
yeah.
it's gonna be happening at Cronies. You know,
Okay.
Cronies, yeah.
I've heard of it. Haven't been there yet.
Yeah, Tim's really the owner. He's really cool, and he's like all for it. He's just like, I just got to get some approvals from the mayor and the town. So yeah,
Just
But
you wait. We'll
It's
get-
happened before.
The
That would
mayor and the town have to approve your show?
they have to approve an outdoor stage because it can only go to a certain time, and people live around the area. All that.
Those sons of bitches were
Pretty
gonna
much.
make that move.
Yeah, but just wait. We're getting a bigger stage in Cronies in the
Yeah,
June.
yeah. My good friend Ginger, he's putting a show together at Cronies. Their stage is kind of small, but all the money for that show is going towards a bigger stage.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so
Yeah, Tim's been very good to us.
it's kind
in
of
the
like our
scene.
home bar we play at sometimes, but
We kind of owe it to him. Like I said, he's been really good to us in the whole entire scene. Basically, when a venue that was the only all-ages venue in the scene, Take 20 closed, the scene had nowhere to go for all ages because all we had was whiskeys and I think that's pretty much
A couple
it.
of bars downtown, but like they all shut down. A lot of the bars that played metal where we're from, most of them are closed or they're 21 and older. The all ages shows, people just fucking pack the place. So
And then all of a sudden, just one night, I've been to Cronies before for few events I really don't want to speak of, but they hosted a metal show that night, and the turnout was fantastic. And Tim was just like, yes, I'm all in for this. Let's keep having shows like this because they draw a lot of people.
yeah,
We're going to get them a Rammy.
yeah, hopefully something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, Rammy.
I've definitely noticed there's those certain areas that always seem to draw in the weirdest little venues, but there's because the whole scene there, everything seems to be packed. And Rockford, I've heard great things about the scene up there, and I've yet to, unfortunately, travel up there because I haven't had the opportunity yet, schedule-wise. But there, and the Lafayette scene in Indiana is fantastic, and then Penny Road will draw depending on all the bands that end up
Right.
playing there. So there's definitely hope in getting more people to come to shows if it's booked correctly.
Definitely.
That's awesome.
I agree.
Well, let's start the night off with playing some Reckless Redemption for our listeners to get familiar with you guys. The first track of the night that you want to play. So you brought Tonight with you, 6 tracks, and those tracks are off of the last album that you released.
The two of the ones that I sent you, Blacklisted and Cutthroat, those are going to be a part of our new album. All the other ones are like our older album.
Okay. Well,
Yep.
let's start with the older stuff first.
All
Let's
right, let's
get
do
to
that.
know
Let's do
your
that.
first album that you put out. What song do you want to start with?
Let's do 815 Homicide.
All right.
It's a good track.
Here we go. Starting it brutal. What's going on? I'm Morgan Danielle,
I'm Luco Blaze from the Metal Experience in Chicago, Illinois.
and you're listening to Small Town Mentality Podcast with your hosts, Ben and Austin.
Yo, what's up, everybody? You got Diggs McNasty.
Timmy D.
Corey Cormander Davidson.
And Jared Ercole from Fools Through, and we fucking love metal. So listen in to the Metal Experience because there's some cool motherfuckers, goddammit. Ho ho! Woo! You just heard 815 Homicide by Reckless Redemption.
Good. Great job, Greg. Thank you for that awesomeness. For anybody that needs a death metal vocalist, hit up Greg. He needs something to do.
I spend my free times in Norway. You'll have to contact me. I don't know the area code though. 815, isn't it?
What are you talking about?
An 815 homicide.
It's obviously Rockford where they're from.
Yeah, that's the area code. Yeah. Good job.
It's okay.
Fuck yeah.
Okay. Well, you want to tell us what that song was about?
I mean, the song title is pretty
Yeah,
self-explanatory.
it was about a fucking homicide in 815. Goddamn.
Just,
I didn't know if anything.
just like murder and torture. It's like, honestly, that's something I like wrote off the top of my head. I was just writing like I was like really pissed off one day. I'm like,
Goddamn.
just writing
You
some
need to
evil
get pissed
shit.
off more often.
I know, right? I'm usually a nice guy. I'm like the nicest person ever. Yeah, and we all used to like live together too. This is before like that album's old. It's like 4 or 5 years old. Yeah, 5 years old.
Yep.
Before Malcolm was in the band. So we all used to live together and like in like a duplex. So we would go next door and be like, hey, let's fucking jam. Wake the fuck up, drink a beer, let's jam. And that's pretty much how we wrote all the first album. But yeah.
No particular event inspired the song, just your pent up emotion.
Pretty much. I mean, Rockford's a shitty place, so
It's a good place to be
Sure,
inspired.
you're
then.
right, Ray. Sure,
Yeah.
you're right.
Now, what are some of your guys' inspirations growing up that got you into metal?
Slipknot for sure.
I agree on that. Slipknot all the way. I'd also say Rammstein above
Oh,
anything.
hell yeah.
Slipknot, Slayer. I definitely love Lamb of God too.
Metallica.
Shit, there's a lot of bands. I even like old Linkin Park, like the first album. I love that album, you know. Then I started getting into heavier shit.
Rest in peace, Chester.
Yeah. Suicide Silence for sure influenced my vocal style. There's a lot I could go off of. As I Lay Dying.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm going to go see him on Friday.
Oh, dude, that's in Belvedere. That's
Yeah,
like
I'm
10
going.
minutes from us.
Down
Do
the
you
street.
want to burn the Bible and play black metal?
Yeah, let's do
before
it.
The show? I'll
What's
bring
your
a
favorite
Bible.
black metal band?
Oh, my God. I don't know.
I feel like I gave
should
them
be
the
interviewing
Opera
you
9.
right
Opera
Opera
9.
9.
Yes.
What are you
Welcome,
wearing?
Says
He's
Emperor.
wearing an emperor shirt. Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Hail Satan. Hail Satan.
Did you guys watch the movie Lords of Chaos?
Yeah, I thought it was...
I didn't watch it yet. We don't get good internet reception in Norway.
I actually watched it illegally off my Fire Stick.
Hell yeah.
It's finally up there.
That's the way that they
That-
would like
dude,
it, you know?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Cody, and you get a good add-on. and-
Yeah, dude, he knows what's up.
I know exactly
do
what's
too.
up. I just got back from fixing my buddy up with his fire
I
stick.
thought it was a good movie, but I thought they kind of made Burzum look like a bitch, you know?
They did.
Yeah. Like, just the actor that played him. I'm like, no, dude.
Are you talking about Varg
yeah,
Vikernes?
Varg Vikernes.
Vikernes.
However the fuck you say his last name. Varg.
Vikernes.
Is that the one that's played by Macaulay Culkin's brother?
No.
I'm
no,
sure that's Euronymous.
No. Euronymous is
Or
the-
no, that's Dead.
No,
Ain't it?
Euronymous? No,
Ah.
Dead is the guy that fucking killed himself. And Euronymous is the guitar player of Mayhem.
I know this stuff, Huff. I've seen a
But
black
yeah,
metal documentary many
McCulkin
times.
was Euronymous. Yes.
And I've read up on black metal.
Dude, I'd known about this since they played the special on VH1 in like 20 years ago. Not 20 years ago, like 10 years ago.
Yeah, you old motherfucker.
I'm not that old,
You are old.
You are an old man.
I guess.
Fucking brittle bones all over the place.
How old are you?
28.
In Norway, we only live to 26. You're an old man.
Damn. That's what's up.
Is that when you cut your wrist and blow your head off with a
That's when
shotgun?
we blow our head off, not before sacrificing a goat.
What's the main cause of death out there? Just sacrifice to ghosts?
Sacrifice
Burning churches?
falling off of a
Arson.
burning church. Arson victims.
And occasionally a piano falling on someone's head, but that only happened once. Yes.
All right. I thought it was a good movie, though. It's pretty good.
What about the first album that you ever picked up? Do you remember what CD you bought for the first time?
Fuck. I remember I was like 12 or 13. It wasn't something I personally bought. It was like for my birthday. My dad got me a boombox. He got me like 4 CDs. And you're going to laugh because this is like during like the new metal era. So it's like Linkin Park's first CD, Disturbed's first CD. I had Chocolate Starfish by Limp Bizkit and a Slipknot CD. And that kind of like influenced me a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, it was good days. But like, I fell in love with Slipknot. I got like a tattoo on my knee of their emblem. So
It's really hard for me to look back on because I bought so many CDs back then. But if I could recall one of the first ones I ever bought, I would have to say it was Slipknot's debut. I found it
Self-titled.
in a clearance pile at a store, and I just was so intrigued by the album cover. I'm like, what are these dudes? Like, I wanted to buy it, and I bought it. I took it home, listened to the whole thing, and fell in love with it, and I fell in love with the band.
I think actually one of the first albums I actually bought was at Best Buy. It was White Zombie, Astro Creep.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
It's a good one.
I
It is
love
a good
More
one.
Human Than Humans, my shit.
yeah,
I love
hell
that song.
yeah.
That song's
Hell
shit.
yeah.
More human,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Is that the album that has Black Sunshine on it?
It is.
That one.
I'm
that
pretty
song.
sure, yeah.
That song's
I
my
think
shit.
it might be, yeah. Not sure.
Now, what about your first concert? How old were you, and who did you see?
You're going to laugh. It's Slipknot.
Gee.
I think I was 14 or 15.
Damn, I think I was 12, and first bands I ever saw were Seven Dust, Bullet for My Valentine, 3 Days Grace, and A7X.
Together?
Huh?
That was all together?
It was
Yeah.
one show,
Holy
yeah.
shit.
I
At
saw
the BMO Harris Bank Center, used to be called Metro Center.
Yeah. Actually, my first show was Slipknot. It was at the Metro Center in Rockford. I was surprised it even came there. My dad bought me and my friend tickets. Unearth opened, then it was As Lay Dying,
Holy shit.
then Slipknot. This is like right when As Lay Dying came out. I'm like, who the fuck are these guys? I watched them, like, this is awesome. And I bought their album that day. Saw Slipknot. I was like, I had to be like 14 or 15. There was beer spilled on my ticket stub. I still have it.
That's awesome.
It was cool. I love Slipknot. I could tell you so much about them.
So can I.
It's
So
ridiculous.
how do you not how do you, but what do you think of the drama going on between them right now and Chris and then Joey coming back? And
Is Joey coming back?
I just read today
what?
Joey's supposed to be coming back on
No
drums.
way.
No fucking
As
way.
the new, yeah.
Are you
professional
sure it wasn't an
singer.
April Fool's joke?
I don't know.
Oh,
Oh,
she's
it's
really
gotta be-
gullible.
It's
She's really
gotta be an
gullible. She
April
probably
Fool's
bought
joke.
it.
I
There's
think
no
Jay
way.
Weinberg's
Man,
here
get
to
the
stay.
fuck out of here.
So the whole thing with Chris, I think it's kind of bullshit. Not on Chris's part, but if they really were like not paying him what he was owed, that's fucking bullshit.
Well, I mean, me and him were just talking about this on the ride here, and I just got to say something. Of all the times he had to do this, it had to be when they have an album coming out and they have this massive tour coming out. And
Yep.
it's just like, couldn't this have waited till like after, like, so you don't get kicked out before all this happens? Because, I mean, like I said, their album is in the process of being made, and his stuff is on there, and what are they going to do if they don't have him? Is Clown going to finish their tracks? I mean,
Yeah,
he
right.
might, but like...
I mean, in all honesty, as bad as it sounds, all he does is do percussions and like scream into a microphone. Like Clown does that. You have a drummer. I mean, it sucks. I think he shouldn't be kicked out, or like he should be paid what he's owed. That's my opinion of it. But at the same time, he's easily replaceable.
Yeah, still, I'm not entirely sure if it is believable. It was posted yesterday, but it was posted by Metal Sucks.
They're
And,
It
and
might
the
have
headline
been-
is Joey Jordison back in Slipknot
No.
as percussionist.
No.
So I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
Was it that day, April 1st?
It
Yes.
was.
It's an April
You're being
Fool's.
tricked.
April Fool's joke.
No, Jay Weinberg recorded the new album, so I'm thinking he's here to stay.
You
Yeah.
gullible
He is.
woman.
Well, thanks. I wasn't exactly thinking yesterday was an April Fool's joke, and I'll tell you why later.
Gullible women are sacrificed in Norway. That's why there is April Fools, to find all the gullible
Well,
women.
I'll tell you what's not a joke is hearing another Reckless Redemption
Oh,
song.
hell yeah.
Because I want to hear more, and
I'm ready.
Greg needs to stop talking. So, what is the next track that you guys would like to play?
Let's do Brains. We'll save all the new stuff for later.
Awesome. What can you tell us about Brains?
Brains, okay.
It doesn't have to be about the song. You could just talk about Brains.
Brains, okay. So me and my drummer were actually really high as fuck one day. I don't smoke anymore.
You've gotten high before?
Job
What?
security. I don't smoke weed anymore.
Oh man, I brought a big bag of fucking Granddaddy Perp. Oh, you're gonna miss out.
Oh, man. I don't even think Malcolm smokes either.
Not anymore.
No, I don't smoke. But we were really high and we were watching Dawn of the Dead. Like, dude, we should write a song about zombies. And that's how that song came into play.
Sounds
So,
brutal to me. So here we go.
Yeah.
Reckless Redemption in the song Brains.
When there is no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth.
Well, I expect that type of language at Denny's, but not here. Well, that's too freaking bad. You hear me?
Because we're throwing it back to Morgan and Luco on the Metal Experience.
And we are back. Once again, I am Morgan Danielle with Greg Master, the webmaster.
Greg Master. And you just heard Brains.
Perfect. Wouldn't have said it any better or creepier. We are still sitting here with Reckless Redemption. And so let's talk more about the upcoming album that you guys are recording currently.
Yeah.
So when did you officially start recording, and what do you think is the ETA?
Oh, when did we start recording, Malcolm? Do you know?
I think we started recording around late October, early November.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Because all I remember is there was snow on the ground, and we could not park on the side of the street without pulling into snow.
Yeah. I'd say like late October.
And Charlie's driveway was incredibly slick.
And I think I really want to push for August 17th, possibly. Yeah.
Did Charlie record your last album?
No. We were signed to a indie label, and we are no longer with them for reasons.
Gobble, gobble.
But when you had recorded before, then they had helped arrange for that?
Charlie?
No, so when you were on the label, they arranged for your recording, so you didn't have like a choice of who you recorded with, or
I mean, when we signed with them, they just recorded us. So
okay,
yeah,
I gotcha.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So the new album, how did you guys start the writing process for it? Like, how does it work when you guys get together? Do you usually have, music first and then lyrics, or are you writing as you go?
Usually it's music, then lyrics. Or sometimes even like I'll have lyrics wrote before even the song's made, and I'll try to like match it up with the music. But for the most part, it's music first and lyrics. And we kind of just like go off of each other. Like, oh, here's a guitar riff. What can we fit with drums and bass and all that?
Plus, Tommy's got to come up with some lead parts.
Yeah, Tommy does the leads. Yep.
Some widdly wees and widdly woos.
Pretty much.
What was the hardest that you found to write this time around?
That's tough. I mean, they had most of the stuff already written before I had joined, and I literally what was it, like a week or two after I practiced with y'all, we started writing Blacklisted?
Yeah, like it was like 2 weeks after he joined us, we already started writing a new song. So he picked up the songs we already had wrote really fast.
Took almost a day.
Yeah, he's a fast learner.
All I have to do is watch, and then I'm just like, oh, that's how you do it.
Yeah. So it really wasn't that difficult. It was just coming up with ideas for like newer songs.
But hardest song, I don't know. I'd say, what would you say is the hardest song?
The hardest song that we wrote?
Yeah. I would have to say
probably State of Decay or Wolves was pretty easy.
What about Buried in Beacon Hills?
That one was a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
All these songs that are new.
That sounds very interesting.
Buried in Beacon Hills. I can tell you a story about that song.
Yes, please do. We don't have it tonight, but I know it's upcoming.
It is a sequel to 815 Homicide.
Ooh,
pretty much.
Hell yeah.
So where is Beacon Hill?
Beacon Hills is a shitty apartment complex I live in right now.
Do I want to know?
Kind of, sort of. And it's funny because it's a song about me murdering my girlfriend that I'm still with.
Tell us about this murdering of the girlfriend.
It's a brutal song. I got 2 guest vocalists on it that are in our local scene.
Are you allowed to tell, or is that going to be a secret?
It's a secret.
Damn it. It's okay. We'll talk off air.
Nothing like too big. It's not like, oh my God, it's Corey Taylor or like Randy Blythe, but
it's not Corey Taylor, is it?
People in our scene that are really good in bands you guys probably know. Yeah.
So does she know that the song is about her?
She loves it. She loves it.
Was
Sing
this
me the song about you murdering me.
Was this before the first breakup or after the first breakup?
Or during.
After the first breakup.
How many times have you broken up?
Just once.
Okay.
Just once.
I just had to ask. I'm so sorry.
I don't care, dude.
I know you don't. You don't care about anything.
I really don't give a shit. But yeah, we've been together for a year now, so it's all good. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Oh my gosh.
Just a couple of days ago, it was mine and my lady's anniversary too.
Good job. Proud of you,
6
Malcolm.
months?
Oh, you're proud of me.
But yeah, that's what that song's about. It's one of the heavier tracks on the album.
The only thing that was a pain in the ass mostly was getting Tommy to fucking learn it.
Well, yeah, he had a lot of things going on though too.
Yeah, that's true. Work, kids,
family man.
He's got the kids.
Yep.
The niños.
Everyone
Greg thinks of children like viruses.
Everyone in our band besides me and Malcolm have kids.
It's true.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
And that's why you are here tonight.
Probably.
Yes.
It's true.
Yeah.
Well, let's-
Nobody wants to go out burning the churches when they have kids.
It's true.
Take them with.
Yeah, right? Well, let's play a newer track. Let's hear a little bit of what the
Let's do
upcoming album sounds like.
Let's do Blacklisted.
Perfect.
I like
Talk
that song.
more about it when we come back in. Blacklisted by Reckless Redemption.
Hey, this is Pete.
Tanner.
And we're Bloodletter, and you're listening to
The Metal
Experience.
Well, hi there. Hello. We know you're enjoying your current dose of metal with the people at the Metal Experience. What are their names, Ryan?
Hey, Morgan and Luco, how you doing?
Well, howdy. Should you get through with your dosage with them and find yourself still wanting metal, come see us at the Epitome of Stupidity podcast. You can find us on Podbean, Spotify, Google Play, iTunes, and other places, I'm sure.
Yeah, and it's cool. It's a cool show, I must say.
Until then, back to these guys.
Bye-bye.
Woo! I'm Luco Colombo, and I love big fat cock. That was Blacklisted by Reckless Redemption.
He
Back
looked
to
at
you,
me and
Greg.
He was so confused as to what he was
Thank you,
saying.
Luco.
Oh, man.
I always knew you liked the cock.
Oh my gosh. Well, Luco's not here. That is all Greg. But we're back. And that was an upcoming track off of the new album. Do you have a name for the new album yet?
It is self-titled.
Self-titled.
Yep. it
Very
is a
original.
This is just a self-titled album. I felt like it was necessary.
I love it.
Yeah.
And I want it.
Kind of cliche, but
I mean, every band has a self-titled album, but like just with like the content that's on it and all the lyrics that go into it, I
good.
felt like it was very us.
we just need a self-titled song on the album now.
I mean, it'd probably be the intro.
I have to
Right.
say that I will be going to a show to see you guys. I really want to see you guys, and I will definitely be driving out to Rockford.
Fuck yeah.
You better bring some Novocaine
Whoa.
then.
How close is Penny Road Pub to here? Is that close?
About 45 minutes.
It's not that bad of a drive. Yeah,
I say
about 40
May
minutes.
24th we're playing at Penny Road Pub with Faith.
Oh,
and
yeah,
Vane
that's right.
And a couple other bands.
May 24th.
Yep. We
Nice.
got a
That's
couple
right.
shows before that too.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the 420 show in Oshkosh.
Yeah, 420. in
Oshkosh.
Oshkosh.
Oshkosh. That's a very nice
We
town.
just played there for the first time. Like, was it a couple months ago?
It was February 2nd for the Rockford Invasion.
We actually got a bus full of people up there.
That's sweet.
Like us and Faith and Vane organized this thing, and another band called Silence in the Wake was on it too.
And then there were 3 Wisconsin bands.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of like a tiny bar. Like it's like really like what's the word I'm looking for?
Small as fuck.
Yeah,
Compact.
like compact. Like if you're, why can't I
That's a
fucking? I'm
sentence,
having a
Craig.
brain fart right now. It's very claustrophobic almost.
Okay.
Not too bad, but like
Cozy.
a lot of people can go in there and throw down, and the staff loved us. The people that work there are awesome. We got paid good money.
We did.
Yeah.
That bus ride home, though, was long.
Dude.
Was it like a party bus?
It was kind of like a party bus. You could drink beer on it, so yeah, alcohol. Yeah.
It's funny. The ride up there felt like nothing, but yet the ride home felt like
Oh
forever.
yeah,
We're just
because
so
then you just
tired
want to
and
go
worn
back
out.
to bed and not have to
Yes.
worry about
Yeah.
anything, and you're tired.
One dude actually slept the whole time during
Yeah.
the whole thing
I think
because he drank
took-
too much.
I think he took mushrooms too, so that might have been part of it.
Maybe. These guys were yelling at me on the bus, though, because I kept taking shots of this apple pie moonshine, and they didn't want me to get too smashed before the show.
It's like he never had it before. I'm like, dude, slow
It
down.
was super freaking good.
Oh.
But super freaking strong.
It was. It was really sweet. That's
Well,
all I'm going to say.
Apple pie, brah.
Yeah.
So let's talk favorite shows that you guys have played. It
Favorite
sounds like one of those was one of them, but like, do you have a moment in your career as a part of Reckless Redemption that stands out?
I got 2 of them. I mean, and Malcolm's still kind of new too, so I don't know which show of his would actually be favorite. But what would you think would be your favorite?
I'd have to think on that, so you do yours first.
Okay, so my first 2. Okay, obviously our first album release show that was at Take 20. I don't know if you ever guys heard of that place before.
Heard of it, never went.
It's closed down now. It was like an all ages venue. We released our album. That place was so fucking packed. You couldn't even find a place to park at. My mom even came out. I was like, holy shit. It was awesome. Like we did a legit like wall of death. I had the whole crowd split up and they fucking ran into each other. And then my second favorite show, I'll say it's a close tie. We were supposed to open up for Wayne Static at Kimberly, Wisconsin. This is like 2 days after he died.
Oh, brutal.
But rest in peace, Wayne. But there was a bunch of bands. There was American Head Charge, Power Man 5000, a lot of like local bands from like Wisconsin, Minnesota. They're all there. That crowd was fucking huge. It was awesome. I met Spider from Power Man 5000. It sucks that Wayne passed away. I wish I could have like actually played a show with him, and that was so fucking cool. It was like a memorial show basically. So-
Static X has got some new singer now. Almost looks like Wayne, but he wears
a
mask.
mask.
Yeah, how do you feel about that? Have you heard the new song that they've released?
I watched a little like teaser clip and like I like listened to like songs that they did with Wayne that he did, like re-recorded songs, and he sounds like him. I don't think it sounds bad. The whole mask thing, I mean, whatever, it's a mask. I don't know who would be playing him. I have no idea.
Almost looks like him with the hair and the...
Yeah, definitely. I couldn't tell you who it was though.
Do you? I've been trying to think of how to ask questions like this because when I saw it, I put it on Facebook of like who's behind the mask, trying to see what people said. A few people thought Chad Gray. Some people said it was Edsel, but I was like, that would make no sense when Dope's playing with them
They
for
even
him
said
to pull
Dez
double
from
duty.
Devil Driver. But
I thought that with the voice.
Yeah, I thought it was Dez too, but they're touring with them too.
That's
I haven't
that's
heard
what I thought
this
too.
new singer's voice.
However,
I'm intrigued.
the only thing that I don't know if I like it yet or if I hate it. And part of the reason is because when you have such an iconic band like Wayne, in Static X, right, and he did his solo stuff, and there was all those issues before.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would want, and I know some bands have tried to find somebody that sounds whatever, but I don't like when somebody tries to impersonate somebody else. I don't know if that's really considered paying a tribute to them. I could see, and this is,
I could see it as a money grab, honestly.
I see it kind of as that. I mean, I signed on for the pre-order because, I mean, Wisconsin Death Trip was fucking amazing. Definitely an iconic record in my growing up.
It is.
But I think they should have done something like how Suicide Silence did their Mitch Lucker
memorial show.
Yes. But not like the show. If they were going to put out a CD like this, I think that they should have done it either instrumentally and released whatever tracks that they hadn't had released, and maybe print out the lyrics for you to kind of like see what Wayne had written and, you know, whatever. But get some of the bands that you guys were friends with and have a guest vocalist. Like, why is it so bad to have people, you know, taking his lyrics, putting them into the song, but why do you have to sound like Wayne?
Right.
You know, I felt like it was too forced, and the whole wearing a mask thing,
I thought it was kind of weird.
It's kind of eerie.
Yeah.
I don't want to see another Wayne Static with the hair on stage. Like, he was himself. Like, no one else can do that.
Saying the mask kind of like resembles a zombie. He's like a
well, it's
zombie
supposed to
version of
be.
Wayne.
That's what I thought.
I'm like,
too.
that's kind of fucked up a little bit. You know,
it is a
like,
little fucked up.
Yeah.
I mean, especially he did the hair like Wayne, and he did the goatee.
The same guy that did the mask, wasn't he the same guy that did Slipknots? Is that what I read?
Possibly. It looks like that because I know Tech Nine has a similar mask like that, and he went to the same people that Slipknot did their mask.
It almost looks like Jim Roots.
A little.
Yeah.
It's just I thought it was so weird when they revealed that. I was like, I was wondering how they were gonna do that, and then I heard that song, and it was like, it just doesn't. And that song, no offense, that song compared to everything else, I was like, this sounds so weird hearing this be made now.
Right.
It's not the same. Like, it sounds like a more slowed down version of something off of, and there's a reason why I didn't make it on the album.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. We'll have to see. I wanted to go to the show. I'm pretty sure I read it was sold out in Joliet.
I know that show's gonna come to the Apollo too.
It is.
I'm probably gonna go to that one.
Me too.
I remember when I saw
yeah.
the photo of that, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Wisconsin Death Trip, but I wasn't the biggest fan of Static X. Like, I knew who Wayne Static was. Like, even if you don't like Static X, if you see a picture of Wayne Static
You know
and
who
you
it
see
is.
the hair, you know it's Wayne Static. Like, that's so iconic for him.
Yeah, you
And
think
when
of the those. Why can't I not think of it? Slim Jims.
Yeah, Slim Jim guy. Yeah.
I think of Slim Jims.
Yeah.
And like I said, when I saw the flyer for the Apollo, I'm like, why does that dude look a lot like
Weird,
Wayne?
right?
It's
Yeah.
like,
It was kind of weird. Yeah.
I'm like, I thought to myself, did Wayne Static like fake his death or something, or like who the hell is this? Like,
I wouldn't have gotten as far as taking somebody in a mask. I would have done those and maybe like left it as an empty silhouette.
Right.
I wouldn't have somebody else posing as Wayne.
What about having him pose as Wayne temporarily as a tribute, and then
just be a normal vocalist?
I
don't think they're gonna do it that way. I can't see it. I just can't.
I haven't heard this new singer, but you guys.
We'll listen to it. I'll show you.
Okay.
It's weird. But anyway, back to Reckless Redemption. Malcolm, did you figure out your show?
I'd have to say the first show I ever played with you guys at Back Bar with Soil and
Flaw.
Beyond Flaw. Yeah, like I've never played Back Bar before. I've heard so many great things about that venue, and like I've heard the stage is awesome, and I finally played in. I mean, it is one of my favorite shows, and another favorite show I'd have to say would be probably it's that show we were talking about when we played Bada Brew, because I love the Bada Brew stage so much, and I love the atmosphere. And the people there were just awesome.
Yeah.
Trying to get us into Iowa and any other states in the Midwest. But sadly, these fuckers work just like me every day. But
It's hard
makes
to do.
it hard.
It's hard to do weekday shows for us, anyways. We try.
You guys are still the shit.
Thanks. I try.
Greg is your biggest fan. And
Thank
he
you.
just met you guys.
Yes.
Sweet.
What about upcoming right now? Is I know that we talked a little bit about Reckless Fest, and you mentioned a show on May 24th. What else do you have coming up? Can you give a little bit more details?
Okay, let's see. So our next show is 420. That's at Gorilla Neighborhood Bar and Grill. That's in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Fuck, I don't even know the bands' names that are on it because they're all Wisconsin bands. Fuck. I think one of them's called Blood for Blood. I got my phone right here. I can look it up. Blood for Blood.
Blood. What up, Blood?
Like, shit. Let me look.
Blood for Blood.
Oh my God. Load. Blood for Blood. Rendered with Hate.
And
some other band that has a weird logo that I can't read. And it's
Don't
not
you
even a
love
death
that?
metal logo.
It says DTC.
Down to cock.
Down to come.
Yeah.
Down
Oh,
to
I'm not even. If they're listening, I'm sorry. I don't know
it's
your guys' name.
OTC. It's OTC.
OTC?
OTC, yes.
Order of Chaos is what they're called.
Oh, okay. That's a cool name.
Hell yeah.
That's on 420. Then May 11th, we'll be playing at Whiskey's Roadhouse. It's us, Disappearance, Marks of Grey, and Relic. Yeah.
Marks of Grey is an awesome new band in the Rockford scene.
Yeah.
You guys should definitely check them out.
They're good. Relic's really cool, too. Their first show is actually going to be at the Apollo on the 19th.
Nice.
Yeah. Who else? Disappearance is really good, too. They're from Wisconsin. You should check them out. What else we got? May 11th. May 24th, that's at Penny Road Pub. It's us with Faith in Vain, Blind the Sun, and I have no idea who's on it. I haven't even seen a flyer yet.
I haven't seen an event page or flyer for it either.
Yeah. And then June 15th is at Cronies. That's that show where all the proceeds go to building a bigger stage. And that's all we got right now. We need to book some more shit for the summer, but in August we'll probably do Reckless Fest.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Our main focus right now, though, is trying to finish the record.
Yeah.
And trying to get it out there.
Pretty
mixed
much.
and mastered.
Yep. Which is almost done. Almost.
Thank God it's been 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a while since we did a lot of bullshitting around those 5 years.
So what have you learned working with Charlie about recording and about yourselves as musicians? Because I know he's in a few bands. You know, obviously he's heard a bunch of different sounds and records a few of our other friends.
I'll let you take that first one.
He's very patient. I will say that. He takes his time. And if you fuck up, he's like, all right, let's start over. And he'll just continue to do it till you feel like you've got it right.
He's not even like he's not like one of those people that would record you and like be like, oh, that sucks, do it again. Like, I'll just try it again, man. Do this, do that. And like me, when I record vocals, I'm stupid about it. I like to do the whole song in one track, which is kind of a bad idea. And like there'll be parts where I like do like a crazy long scream, but like after that I have like all these other parts and I run out of breath. So I'm like, all right, maybe I should do this in sections.
So you want to be that one take guy?
Not really. I mean, for Wolves, I did it in one take and it sounded fucking awesome.
You are completely obsessed with that song.
Dude, that song's gonna be the shit.
I understand it's going to be the shit. We actually played the breakdown to it at Cronies, and the entire crowd lost their shit.
Oh, so the last show we played, what was it, last Saturday?
Yeah.
We fucking, halfway through our set, a breaker goes out, and I lost power to my microphone.
And Tommy lost power to his amp.
And we're just sitting there, and I'm like talking to the crowd, like just like, hey, the power's out, like, I don't know what you want me to do, improvise or something. And they're like, just fucking wait, just fucking wait. It was like 5 minutes later. We're like, fuck it, let's play part of our new song when the power comes back on. Dude, that crowd was fucking going nuts.
Yes, they were.
Ooh, I want to hear it so
No
bad.
concussion, though. Not like
Oh,
A15.
dude, one of our friends got a concussion in the pit, too, that
That's
night.
brutal.
I
Is
think he
okay?
fell. I think he fell and he got kicked in the face. I think it was an accident, though.
Oh my god.
Metal as fuck.
Yeah.
So you need to make Reckless Redemption shirts that say I survived a reckless pit.
That'd be awesome.
That would be awesome. Just like how Rammstein has shirts that say I survived first row with Rammstein.
Yeah, I don't know how people survive that without their faces melting off.
Oh my God. When I saw them in 2017, when they came back for their encore, they had all the Lyco jets go off. I felt this massive heat wave just come right at me. And it was so hot.
Was that at Allstate?
No, that was Tinley Park.
Oh, okay. You went to the Tinley show.
You were down there?
That was probably the
I was up
best
in the-
concert I've ever been to in my life so far. It was worth it. I mean,
good
they're
show.
my favorite band, and I've never always had the chance to see them, and they rarely come to the States. So I
Yeah.
thought this is probably my one chance.
It's so expensive.
It's
Oh,
it's
yeah.
worth
I mean,
it.
you see,
It was
you
worth it.
see, and I mean, this is just seeing from Metallica. You know, the pyrotechnics alone and all your gear. I can only assume
Oh, dude.
because Metallica had like I thought I read Rammstein had like 18 Freightliners worth of gear to
They do.
take all their stage equipment and
Yes.
do all their
Holy
pyrotechnics. I mean, it's
What?
expensive for them to tour. That I mean, you look at all the stuff that they have going on stage.
Right.
How big that
Yeah,
stuff is
yeah.
and how heavy it is.
All that
And Metallica had, I think, 6 or 7 freight trucks that I saw around
Jesus
Soldier Field. So
Well-
I can't imagine how many Rammstein
Holy
has.
they
fuck.
have at least 20. Like
Mm-hmm.
anything about Rammstein you want to know, I can answer. They have at least 20, and that whole entire stage you see is theirs. Like
It's like
and
a move
They
like
own
stage.
it.
built up from the
Yeah.
ground up. Like
Yeah,
every
that's insane.
Freightliner has parts.
Greg wants to work for them.
I have a question for you. Someone clearly got to Rammstein, and like, I've seen video footage of them before, and video footage of them, you know, like in the present and stuff, and it's totally different. Like their stage choreography, and do you know like where they got, you know, their, I don't know, did someone like train them to like be super professional or however they are now? I don't fucking know. Do you know? I'm asking you.
Like, are you
I'd
talking
like to
about with
know.
their pyrotechnics or
Their
how are you talking?
pyrotechnics, the way they
Greg,
dance around on stage, the way they perform.
Before he answers that, let me just remind you,
What?
Rammstein is a theatrical
Yes.
European band.
Yes.
Where music is an art form. Look
What
at,
I'm saying-
look
I
at-
also heard-
Hold on. Look at Flesh God Apocalypse.
Yes.
And how their performances are. Look at all of the European metal bands and how they present themselves and how different it is than America. They are worshipped for being. I mean, their last music video is almost 10 fucking minutes long.
Yeah.
Deutschland.
Yeah.
I
a good
fucking
video.
love that
Yeah.
song.
Yeah.
I mean-
so all I'm trying to say is that someone
I think it's
obviously
just them
stepped
being
in. Or
visionaries.
You think it was them on their own? They did it. That's a possibility too.
Part of making
you know?
like music videos and stuff, Greg, is you have a director that sees a vision and they help make whatever the band is thinking to life and
Yeah.
have their own twisted views. But on stage,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was all of their ideas because obviously it's gotten them in trouble before.
I've seen some old footage.
What have you read, Malcolm?
Yeah.
The
Well, I
expert of
mean-
Rammstein.
Well, I mean, in the beginning, Till was a pyrotechnics expert, and he's a actual pyrotechnician, so he ran all their pyrotechnics in Europe. And then eventually they had an accident where one of their stage props was on fire, came down on the stage and set the whole stage on fire. And
Holy
that's when they
shit.
were like, okay, we need professional help with this because we don't know much about what we're doing. So,
Okay.
What about the
and
giant dick?
Okay.
Do you know anything about that?
That's only played. That's only brought up for one song.
Yes.
And
Was
this
that,
is coming from a
Burkish?
band.
Is that what that is?
No, that's when Till pulls out
pussy.
a dildo and fucking fucks Flacco right in the
Yeah.
ass
Yeah.
while Lager
Jesus
shoots out of his
Christ.
fucking dick.
I don't know
yeah.
much about Rammstein. I just named their songs.
Rammstein. It's not Ram.
Rammstein.
You got to put some German in it.
Like, yeah,
Rammstein.
Yeah.
but yeah.
Play another song.
Okay, we'll play another song. What would you like to hear, Malcolm?
I don't know what songs.
Moment of despair.
All right, here we go. Moment of Despair, another Reckless Redemption song.
Hey, this is Danny from Eileen Shit, and we don't appreciate you assuming our gender.
You're listening to us on the Metal Experience. Don't fight them.
Woo! Once again, that's Greg.
You just heard Moment of Despair. If you need a ride to their show, light up your local church and I'll come get you.
That's what's up, man.
Oh my god.
I fucking love it.
That's awesome. Moment of Despair. What is that track about? What does it mean to you?
It's actually a sad song, kind of.
I would
Just
assume
from like
that
the
by
song
Moment
title.
of Despair. Yes.
Yeah,
So
I mean, one of the fewer songs that's like kind of quote unquote emo. It's about a song somebody like you used to look up to or like love, and basically they're not the person you thought they were, and it's just kind of like a slap in the face.
So you wrote the song about Tim Lambesis.
I mean, sure, why not? This was way before you went to prison, but I mean, As Lay Dying is one of our influences.
As Lay Dying is a good band.
Did you find it hard to get back into them after all that happened?
Nope. Honestly, absolutely not.
No,
Greg was
because
all
look
for
at all
it.
look at all these other more famous celebrities that do fucked up shit. Like,
I agree.
Like R. Kelly for pissing on people, or like some
man.
rapper shooting somebody. This dude put a hit on his wife. Gladly, she didn't get fucking killed. So I don't even think it's that.
But they also have adopted children from
Hey.
foreign countries.
Hey,
like,
get off his back. He served his time. Yeah.
But we always made the joke because I didn't know when he was going to get out, and
Right.
we always made the joke like, "Oh, As Lay Dying reunion tour."
Oh
and
my
before you know it, he's out of prison. As Lay Dying is a new song. I'm like, "Oh shit, what the fuck's happening?"
I couldn't believe
And now I'm going to go see him Friday.
I'm so happy
They are
I
worth
haven't
it.
seen
They,
them
they
since.
are.
Yeah.
I saw them
Oh my
a
God,
couple
I can't
times
And you
before.
know, they're going to have your shit talkers, but like, there's so many other more well-known celebrities that have done way more fucked up shit or similar stuff than he did. It just, in the metal community, it's something new, I think.
Do you guys think Austrian Death Machine is going to make more music?
I don't know. That'd be cool if they did. I love their shit.
Because before he went away to prison, he did release that song, I'll Be Back.
Got down the chopper.
Yeah.
I think part of
I don't know.
because for a hard time for me personally, it was hard for me to listen to the band the same way, and I got into Woven War because I
Right.
still loved the music.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought too, after seeing all the response to them saying they were coming back, especially from the metal community, and there was so many Christian bands still accepting them. And I mean, you see Jake from August Burns Red posing next to Tim, and it's like, whoa,
Right.
and it's kind of like one of those things. Even though they've said that they're they're not a Christian band, like
Right.
that's just not what they represent.
That's not
anymore.
who they are.
But you know what? They're
I see what you did.
They
there.
never wanted,
they've made
right?
so much progress though as a band to show you that people change. That I mean, I know that it took a while for them to all talk, and the fact that you can make a mistake like that, and even your band is like, all right, well, let's see what we got. It's just amazing.
Right.
That's not a mistake, but go ahead. I mean, like a mistake would
You
be
know, it's a
tripping
mistake,
over,
Greg.
your
No.
foot.
I'm kidding.
I
No,
feel like
I mean, I don't know.
he had to do some serious,
He
like,
did.
just apologizing, ass
Oh, yeah.
kissing, etc.
Well, he also does community service still. He still goes to prisons, and he still does this outreach program where he helps inmates, and then he also, I think, he
know about
does a couple other volunteer.
I'm sure
things
him
for-
taking steroids didn't help either.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he like when I seen him last play, it was at Tinley, whatever they're calling it now, and he was fucking jacked.
Yeah.
Like holy fuck, I thought it was a new person. I was like, who's that guy?
Right. And
Oh, wait, like,
when I
fuck.
first saw them play, he was like really skinny.
Yes. Yes.
And now he's just like, what the
Yeah.
fuck, dude?
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know his name, but when Tim and that guy from Job for a Cowboy just started, and then you
Danny.
got Brendan from fucking Bleeding Through, and all these guys just start getting into fitness and roids and bulking up, and you're like, where did the emo scene go? All
Right.
grown up with
Right.
muscles bigger than your face.
Yeah, but taking steroids has a nasty side effect,
Oh,
and I'm pretty
obviously.
sure Tim's paying for it.
Yeah.
Tiny, tiny, tiny dick.
Well, we should ask his new wife.
Oh man.
He's got a new wife.
He does.
Let's hope he
he
don't
got
put a hit on
married
this
when
one.
he was in prison.
She must be crazy.
She's a fitness instructor.
She's
And if
fucking
you are
crazy.
interested, she is doing fitness sessions. If you hit her up on Instagram while they're on the road, she will meet you at a gym and work out with you.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
Just to
Hopefully
let you
Tim
know.
doesn't put a hit on me.
Yeah.
I was.
He's working out at the gym with her. There's pictures. But anyway, so we were talking, your favorite show then was to see Rammstein live ever, right? Can I assume that, Malcolm? Not Greg.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
About that show. If you were in the lawn, you would have seen a bunch of fireworks that they put on top of the awning thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You did miss that, but you were up front. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'd rather be up front. But there were some really cool fireworks up there.
I bet there was. You were saying, Morgan?
So your favorite show was Rammstein ever that you saw.
Yes.
What was yours?
You already know it was a Slipknot show, but to be fair, it was a very
Which
first
Slipknot show?
Knot Fest, the very first Knot Fest, and there's a story behind it too. So
Was the first Knotfest in California or Iowa?
no, it was
Somerset, Wisconsin.
Somerset, Wisconsin. So it was probably the second one. It was Iowa, then Somerset, like 2 days apart, maybe. But the story behind it is that so I'm at my guitar player's brother's house in Mount Morris. This is like 45 minutes from Rockford. And we're drunk. We've been drinking all day. It's like 3 a.m. I'm like ready to go to bed. All of a sudden, my drummer calls me. It's like, bro, we got to go to Somerset, Wisconsin. I'm like, why? Like, what the fuck are you calling me at 3 a.m. for? It's like, I won Knotfest tickets. And I'm like, oh, fuck, we're going. And it wasn't just to see Slipknot. You had Slipknot, Deftones, Lamb of God, Cannibal Corpse, fucking Machine Head, Surge. It wasn't System of a Down. It was just Surge, his solo project. The Dillinger Escape Plan, which isn't a fucking band anymore. Who else? There's so many bands. I got to watch them all, and it was great. That was the first time I saw Deftones. I love Deftones. It was just a badass show. It was in the middle of fucking nowhere. It was like in a field. I took a nap. I woke up. There's a field. There's 2 mutilated cow heads on poles. There's no fur on them. They're all fucking maggots crawling all over them. There's a circus tent in the middle full of all their memorabilia and uniforms.
Wait, these were real cow heads?
I think they were.
These were real
It was
calf
Slipknot.
heads.
It was probably real calf heads. Yeah,
They were.
That was me, black metal.
There was maggots crawling over them, so that shit had to be real.
You think they're going to have that for the
That's
Knotfest
awesome.
Road Show? Which, by the way,
You don't.
both
what,
of
do you
us
have
are
a problem
going to
with that?
see.
You have a problem with that?
mean,
It's
gross.
Slipknot.
I know.
Can you be
I know.
surprised though?
No,
Fucking
can't be.
maggots.
So where is the Knotfest this year?
Well, it's a worldwide tour. Well, national.
It's a. Where are you asking where the
Oh, the
Knotfest-
Tinley Park show?
Yeah, we're going.
Okay.
To,
We're both going.
yeah, we're going to that. The tickets were fucking expensive.
Yeah, well, guess
Well, we
what?
both bought VIP tickets too.
You got the psychosocial package. Me and my lady got the duality package. My lady spoiled me when I was at
But
work.
that wasn't even the highest one. There was one called All Out Life, and it was $500 for one ticket.
I'm not paying that much.
that.
And there's no meet and greet either.
No,
I'm just
no
like-
guaranteed meet and greet.
No guarantee.
If there was a meet
Yeah.
and greet, then yeah, I could see paying.
If there was like a
$500.
meet and greet, I'm like, sure, here's $500. Cool.
That's crazy.
Yeah, fuck that.
Wow.
I was when they released the Duality, they were shooting for that music video they made for it in Iowa. And I was on the list, and my mom let me borrow her van to go there. And you know, we were all getting ready to go. My friends, you know, they were on the list too, and my mom had last minute. You know, and I was very depressed. Still am.
Oh,
We
you could
had
have
to
been a
meet
part
him.
of that video?
Yes.
Damn.
They give you a location. The woman called us and told us what to do. And she said, "Okay, you're going to meet at the school, and we're going to have a school bus there filling up people, and they're going to drive you to an undisclosed house." And I was all set up, had all the instructions, and getting ready to go. And Mom was like, I don't think you guys should do this. And
oh,
dude, I would have been so fucking mad.
Greg, how old are you?
How old am I right now? 32.
Wasn't this something that just recently happened?
Duality? That was
That was over 10 years ago.
over 10 years
Are
ago.
you
at
telling
least.
me that one of your friends couldn't rent a car?
I don't know.
Duality
I gotta
came
find
out
out how
in,
old
like,
I was
04.
then.
I think.
Well, if it was like
I-
10 years ago, Greg, you were 22.
No.
You have to be 25 to rent a car.
Yeah, but none of your friends were 25 that could rent a car at that time.
No. None of us had cars.
You couldn't take a bus or
Hey,
something?
hey! It was very devastating to me. It still is. Fucking
God,
get off
that-
my back,
He's
Mom.
traumatized, guys.
Fucking-
I can't.
I
go
would
to
be
the past.
too. I'd be
I can't.
fucking
I can't
salty.
fucking go into the past and change this shit.
I'd
What
be like,
difference
"Fuck
does
you,
it make?"
Mom." I
Yeah.
love my mom though.
Oh my god.
I went black metal after that and burned the Bible.
He's like, "Fuck Slipknot."
Well, let's take a moment away from the black metal-esque Greg, and let's do the pick of the week. Here we go.
Now it's time for
Hey man, look what I found.
Only on the Metal Experience.
All right. Well, this week, obviously, Luco isn't here, so I'm still doing this segment for you. This is Hey, Look What I Found, brought to you by our friends in Imprint Recordings. Your music, your imprint. You can visit their website, imprintrecordings.com, for more information for all of your recording needs. Ask Reckless Redemption. They can vouch. This week, we have a band, thanks to our writer, Cole Space, for finding these guys for us. Crooked Royals from New Zealand, and there is a interview that Cole did with the band up on our blog for Q&A sessions. Let's chat, and then he did a single review for the song that we're going to play tonight. Reminiscence is the track, and it was the band's first single that they released off their upcoming album. So enjoy Crooked Royals.
Hell yeah.
Hi, I'm Brandon.
Hey, I'm Ben. We're from Snowberry, and you're listening to The Metal Experience.
All right. Once again, that was Crooked Royals from New Zealand, and you can check out the interview that Cole Space did with them on our website under the Q&A sessions Let's Chat blog, and the single review for that song up on the Reviews from the Crypt blog. Awesome. Thanks again for taking the time out to answer Cole's questions. Crooked Royals, they're fucking awesome. New CD coming out soon, and they just dropped their second single, which you can check out also with a music video up on YouTube. So yeah. So we are back chilling for just a few more minutes here with our friends in Reckless Redemption. A couple more songs still to play and some ideas to wrap up the night coming up shortly. So I wanted to ask you guys what you guys are looking forward to. I know it's fairly early in the year. We're about a quarter through. What are you looking forward to coming up this year, concert-wise, music-wise, releases?
Definitely the As I Lay Dying show on
Yes.
Friday at the Apollo. And
I'll see you there,
dude. It's like 10 minutes from my house. Well, we'll say like 15. And the Slipknot show I'm going to. That's gonna be awesome. And their CD. I can't wait for that. Rammstein's got a new album coming out.
Yes, I was going to say, May 17th is the day I will be spending a fuck ton of money to get that CD.
Why don't you just buy it off of Amazon?
Because I actually want whatever special edition they come with. For me being as big a Rammstein fan, I want
I looked into just the $20 deluxe CD. You're spending $40 on a CD because the CD is like $22 and then it's $20 shipping through FedEx.
I don't fucking care.
That's insane.
He's a diehard
It
fan.
might be on Amazon. You need to look there first for the deluxe edition.
Like he said, I'm a diehard fan.
And you can probably get it off an American site. That's
he doesn't
insane.
give a shit, woman.
Insane.
And plus, I'm also looking forward to Slipknot's new CD and Slipknot show in August. It's going to be great. It'll probably be up there with the Rammstein show for best concert.
Yeah.
Rammstein puts on a great fucking show.
Yeah.
One of the best shows you'll ever fucking see.
I'll just say right now, if you have a chance to go see them in
Yes.
your area, if they come to you, take that
Yes.
opportunity because you never know.
You never know.
This could be their last tour and their last album.
I should probably go see him.
I mean, I don't
should.
know. I didn't think after their last run that we could see them back in the States. I really thought it was going to be a CD release and maybe they wouldn't tour for a while. It's expensive for them to come here with all that stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know they would sell out.
Yeah.
They'd make a ton of money.
Yeah.
You know, they're one of those European bands that would come over here and they do fine. But I took the opportunity. I've seen them twice, just to say that I did. And I'd go do it again.
I drove to fucking Madison Square Garden to see them through a fucking snowstorm on 80 the whole way. God damn.
Was that
what
when
a
they
trip.
Was that when they came back?
Yeah.
You were at that
Yeah,
show?
Yeah,
Dude,
I
that's
was.
fucking awesome,
I
man.
still got the fucking ticket and the
Oh
little
my
flyer.
God.
Fuck yeah.
That was a good show.
Oh my
That was
God.
a good dude. It was like you had that like I don't know how long since they played like a decade or some shit, whatever. But it was so long and everyone was so built up for it, and it was just like
The show that sold out in 25 minutes.
dude, oh my God.
You know,
yes.
He's got a headache thinking about it.
I have the documentary Rammstein in America. I've watched it so many times, and it's really hard to think that, these guys came from East Berlin, and they came pretty much out of the blue, and they came to the States, and people were just like, what the hell are these guys? Like, what are they doing? And then, like, as they progressed, people started to like them, and then all of a sudden they don't come back for 10 years after, like, I forget what event drove them away, but, like, when they come back, all of a sudden...
Wasn't it because their shows were just too intense and the pyro was just like...
No, it was... God, I can't remember. It might not have been even 10 years. It might have been 9 because 9/11 really was bad for them because they were in New York when that happened, and they flew home because they were like, this is a dangerous country. Everybody was right and all that. And like I said, they never came back. And then 2010 happens. They come back, sells out in 25 minutes. That just shows you how much people wanted them to come back.
Oh, yeah.
It was so great.
I remember buying tickets for that show at a library because... Was it at a library?
What
Yeah,
show?
it was to see Rammstein come back in 2010. I went to the Allstate show, and I I didn't think I was going to get tickets because the website froze. And that's happened a few times when I bought tickets where you're not sure, and I kept refreshing the screen, and I opened up so many browsers trying to get the tickets, and it was just so annoying. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to lose these tickets. You know, just trying to get my brother and I our stuff. It was just insane. Yeah, got super lucky. But
looks like you got something to say about that.
Oh man, one time I bought my Slipknot tickets.
Yeah.
Dude, I spent like over $400 for these new ones.
Yes.
And the website had like the loading symbol, and it wouldn't go away. I sat there like 5 minutes. I'm like, did it go through? Did it go through? And I'm like, fuck, I don't know what's going on. I checked my bank account, the money got taken out. I'm like, okay, I still haven't got an email yet. A day later, I get an email, and I'm like, fuck, dude, I had like a heart attack. I was freaking the fuck out.
What, that you just paid for something that you're not going to get?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, dude,
that
that's a
one.
lot of fucking money.
The people, and they would give it to you. They
Like,
charge
give me
your
my
card.
fucking ticket.
Yeah.
I honestly thought, like, I mean, I knew it probably wouldn't have happened, but I thought this whole Chris Fenn thing was going to affect the tour.
I thought
honestly
I
too.
thought about
Yeah.
that, but then my other thought was, okay, this guy isn't their main drummer.
Yeah, he's
Right.
like a
He
percussionist,
plays a garbage can.
Pretty much.
So you can literally find anybody to fill in to play a garbage can all tour.
You could find
Yeah,
me.
but you want to find find somebody who's going to
Can
be like
hit
committed
it
and not just going to
correctly.
half-ass it and be on time.
But you know how many connections they have in the music industry, and they have
Oh, yeah.
agents, and they can make phone calls. I mean,
They could definitely find somebody quick.
they don't have to be as many members as they are for one tour. We would still love them. Like, let's be real here. What's
I
wrong,
don't-
Greg?
it's just
one less
Slipknot.
person to watch on stage.
No.
I mean, you're there
Don't
for the
get me wrong.
music, right?
I like Slipknot, but when they dropped Subliminal Verses, Corey Taylor was all over the radio, like saying, "Oh, this is gonna be our heaviest album yet," and like I pre-ordered it and shit, and I thought it was garbage. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, Iowa's the heaviest CD.
I
dude.
thought. Well, this was after Iowa,
See?
so I'm like, I thought it would be good.
And he'll have an argument against
Yeah,
that.
this is where we're polar opposites because you prefer Iowa.
Yes.
I prefer their self-titled because, like I said, I mean, no offense to Iowa, I've not seen Iowa on the list of the top 500 heaviest albums. I've seen the self-titled on
Self-titled.
there, and it's in the top 200. I've not seen Iowa on that list, and I looked at that whole list. I mean, I love Iowa, but just their debut, it's one of the first albums I bought, and
Oh,
it's
yeah.
still
That's-
one of my
it's good.
favorites.
That's how they
It's
made
good.
their name, dude.
It's good.
Well, let's play another Reckless Redemption song.
Oh, hell
Out of the
yeah.
two more that we got left, which one you want to
We'll
play?
do Maneater, and then we'll do Cutthroat last. 'cause That's a new song.
All right, Maneater. We'll talk about that when we come in. Here we go.
This is Gump. This is Trent.
This is Tim.
And we're Heavy! And you are listening to the Metal Experience Radio Show, Super Show Extravaganza, live on what the fuck network? Ah, fuck. Can you edit that?
We just heard a song entitled Man Eater, and it's about bitches.
That's why I say on the stage, or somebody else does. And I also had the joke like, hey, it's not that song from the 80s.
Sure,
Or
you're
that
right.
that Nelly Furtado song.
Yeah, that song. Yeah.
That's not from the 80s.
What's it from?
That's like early 2000s.
Really?
Yeah. It was on a Now CD.
No, dude. There's a
No.
song from the 80s called... That's like from the 80s.
No,
It's probably ripped
Nelly
off.
Furtado.
Yeah, that Nelly Furtado
You're a
person probably ripped
dumbass.
it off.
You
No,
should look
dude,
it up.
I swear to God.
But anyway, we're back with
whatever.
Reckless Redemption, their version of Maneater. And so what fight got you to write this song?
What? Oh, I had a lot of personal female problems when I was writing this album too. So, yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
I mean, whatever.
It was really bad.
You write stupid songs, but this one's actually pretty good.
You know, while we were listening to your last song, I was looking at your tattoos, and they are quite impressive.
I have a lot of tattoos.
What is your favorite tattoos?
Okay, so do you guys know what Silent Hill is?
Silent
The video game?
The video game, the
Yes.
movie. All right, so I have like a Silent Hill theme right here. I got this big titty nurse on my arm. That's one of my favorites. One of them, anyways. I got Pyramid Head right here. This is like my video game sleeve. I got like Nemesis from Resident Evil. I got a zombie.
You got Diablo.
If I didn't see that chick's face on your upper arm to know that was a chick, those look like giant moons. But they are totally boobs.
Man, I mean, I could like undress myself and show you all my tattoos. It's ridiculous.
Do it.
What percent of your body is covered?
I'd say maybe 60, 70%.
You got the back?
No, there's nothing on my back yet.
Oh, okay.
But I got all this. Hold on.
Come on. God damn.
I'm starting this too.
Woohoo.
There's a lot.
Suicide
I see a
Silence
little-
piece right there.
Yeah, that little.
What's your most
pyramid.
painful area that you got tattooed?
The ribs.
Oh.
The ribs over your
Yeah.
neck?
Yes.
Oh, no way.
Dude, the ribs for sure. Because like, when she was like doing the wings, like shading them, it just felt like someone, like this is the best way I can describe it. It felt like someone took like a fork, lit it on fire, and just kept stabbing me repeatedly. The throat was pretty bad though too. That's probably second.
Yeah, you had a needle stab your throat like over and over again for 5 sessions.
More than that, probably.
7 sessions.
It took a whole year to cover up my throat. This is actually a cover up too.
Yeah, because you had that heart with green bat wings. What?
Yeah.
What? Did she tell you to get that?
No.
Really?
No.
I thought that was one of the reasons you covered it up.
No, I covered it up because it looks stupid.
Yeah, you were young and dumb.
Well, my third tattoo was my throat, and it was just a black and gray like heart with wings, like bat wings, and I colored it in. And I'm like, no, I need something like to cover my whole throat. So I did.
So
like
just wondering, because I mean, I've never really. I mean, we get people obviously with our genre music, come through here with tons of tattoos all the time.
Yeah.
But being that we're like super young and industry changes, but there's still time for our generation to have to move into certain industries and for things to be more acceptable. So
right.
Being as covered as you are, how have you felt people have perceived you, when you go into jobs or when you work? Like, what do you do as a profession? Like, Are you
Okay.
ever worried? I mean, you even have hand tattoos.
Yeah.
So you've gotten the places that people have been told stay away from getting because people are going to look at you unprofessionally. You might not get certain positions, and yet you did do this. So what have you discovered in your life from having these?
Okay, so my current job that I've been there for almost 6 years hired in. I make $21 an hour.
Well, you don't have to give us that detail.
I know.
And your social?
No.
No, I mean
You're not supposed to talk about how much you make at your work.
I don't care.
It's okay, blood.
But I make decent money. I'm covered in tattoos. Yeah, I work in a factory, but
Yeah, I work at a factory too.
yeah,
I used to
I make
work in a
bubble gum.
factory.
I'm not even lying.
Oh, bubble gum?
I work in a gum factory. We make Trident, Stride, Bubblicious.
Oh, yeah?
And Dentine. Yep.
I used to work in a
Isn't
box
that your
factory.
first job?
No, this is my third job. I've only had 3 jobs in my life.
Yeah. Well, guess what? Hopefully this one will be my final job because I've gone through 3 jobs as well.
I got a 401k.
Nice.
I got healthcare, all that.
Are you guys
shit.
in a union?
No, we're
No.
not. I wish we were.
But you at least found a place that is
Yeah.
accepting
Yeah.
to your growth as
Oh,
an individual
definitely.
and your personality.
There's a guy that has a face tattoo that works there, and he probably makes more money than I do. I'm not even lying.
A face
That's
tattoo?
awesome.
Cool.
I mean, that just shows, though. I mean, if you were to
I mean, it's a factory job though,
Well,
so
absolutely, I'm just interested in hearing other people's perspectives of how they've been treated. You know, having tattoos, because obviously some people view it as, oh, you're never going to get anywhere in life, but
Right.
that's not always
No.
true. Like, it's obviously your ability to work and
Definitely.
your intelligence, and obviously having a job and been there 6 years, they've watched you grow. They know you can perform.
Yes.
So it's not like they're judging you by just your looks.
I mean, I feel like if it wasn't like, let's say if it was like a different job, like I don't know, something where you had to deal with the public, they'd probably be more leery about it, you know, because you're dealing with people. I work in a factory. I work with other people, but I don't think they really care.
Now,
I
what did
look
your
like.
mom think?
Oh my god. So
That's the hard one to
I got my
understand.
first tattoo when I was 19, and it was just like on my hand. And then my second one was like on my forearm. My third one was on my fucking throat. It was like
What'd she think
huge.
of that?
Well, I was 19, and she's like, "Oh my god, Matthew," and I'm like, "Sorry." And I live.
Not really.
I live with my mom. This is during my second job. My brother already moved out.
Nick.
Yeah. Well, and then I live with my mom and my stepdad. And he's like, well, if you can pay for tattoos, you can afford rent here. And I'm like, bye.
Bye.
So I lived with my band members. And, of course, 2 months later, I get fired from my job. I hated that job so much.
Where did you work before this one?
It was called Top Dive. We made aluminum casting. But it was 6 days a week, 12-hour shifts.
You made
Oh,
aluminum
hell
casting.
no.
Yeah.
Hell
and
no.
it was minimum wage.
Was it hot in there?
Oh, it's hot as fuck,
Oh,
dude.
oh.
Ball sweat and everything.
He'd sweat his
I know how it
tattoos
is when
off.
you're just standing there,
Right.
just
And
drenched.
this
in
is
sweat
like
talking.
before I even had a lot of
Hey,
tattoos, too.
You want to talk about hot? Take my job. Okay. I got to wear jeans and I got to wear long johns under my jeans to give extra protection for my. Well, that steel can be sharp as a razor. It'll cut your pants.
That's terrible.
I understand. Oh my god.
And like I said, it'll be like 90 degrees outside. It'll be 20 degrees hotter in that shop. And you want to know what's funny yet ironic? We have a gate full of barbed wire so that no one tries to steal our steel because they can scrap it.
Yeah.
And behind us is another factory, and we see these guys outside a lot wearing shorts, tank tops, and they're having barbecues back there. And I'm just like, yeah, you enjoy that while we're over here sweating our asses off. And like literally I'll be dripping in sweat.
Well, then you guys are ready for any situation, and that makes you metal as fuck.
Metal.
I mean, is working in a gum factory metal?
Yes.
No.
You want some
working,
Bubblicious?
working around metal is metal.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's got you there.
I was going to say, my job's really not that metal.
Smashing your finger is metal.
So, what's your favorite kind of bubble gum?
Oh, fuck. I'm
Both
so,
of you.
I'm so sick of gum, dude. I see it
Dude,
every fucking
I haven't
day.
chewed a single piece of gum in like years.
I haven't chewed a single piece of gum since I started working there.
Big League Chew.
Well, you're supposed to do a flavor test. So.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, dude. They could fuck up the ingredients. Like, oh, this mint tastes like fucking tropical twist or whatever.
Tastes like dick.
Yeah. Not that I know what that tastes
Sure,
like.
they
How do
not-
you know?
yeah.
Right. Like, how would you know that?
I mean,
Shut up, fish.
What?
Fish.
Fish?
Fish.
But
I don't
yeah.
know what you're talking about. Well, let's wrap up the night with just a few announcements that are going around from this past week. Trying to figure out what we got going on. Here we are. Our friends in Abiotic actually just released a brand new track at the end of March 31st, I believe this came out. Their song Emerald. You can find it on their Bandcamp, and they are doing a small tour on the East Coast right now. So Abiotic is back. Very excited for that. You can pre-order through Chugcore the brand new Flesh Burner album that releases in 7 days. Yes, exactly 1 week. And they have 2 singles out right now on their YouTube page through Chugcore that you can check both of those out. Our friends in One Steel Wound just did an interview with Patrick from A Look Into Music. You can read that awesome interview through their Facebook page. They have shared that for everybody to read. And they discussed how they write, Spotify, and more. And they have a brand new album coming out, too, so you should definitely watch for that. Their new single, we played it last week on our show, is up on their YouTube for you to watch. Our friends in Central Disorder and Repentance are playing with Starkill and Skullfist at Reggie's this coming Saturday, the 7th. You should check that out. That's a really cool lineup. And also on Saturday, our friends at Devangelists are going to be playing... Oh, I'm sorry, this is on the 13th. They're going to be playing the Irish Mill with Wormlord and No Matter What. So Devangelists and Wormlord and No Matter What, April 13th. Make sure to check that out. Portals just announced that they are going to be releasing their brand new album Desolation on April 12th with the whole track lineup. You can pre-order it through their Facebook page, and the album artwork is pretty badass. That is up on their Facebook as well for you to be able to see. And last but not least, a couple other things for you to buy tickets for is our friends in Ornaco and Tonson are going to be playing April 14th with The Browning and Betraying the Martyrs and Extortionist at the Forge in Joliet. They have tickets still for sale. I believe they're $15 through the band, so make sure you support them and check that out. And Tonson also has a show at the House Cafe in DeKalb, the Hard Goodbye Fest, April 6th. So make sure you check that out.
Did you say hard to find?
Hard Goodbye.
Hard Goodbye.
Oh.
Whatever that means. I mean...
House Cafe is closing.
Yes.
Oh, that's what it's
That's
for?
what it's for, yep.
That sucks.
For good this time.
That is such a cool
You say
venue.
it sound like it was a bad thing or a good
Because
thing.
it is a bad thing. The House
Aw,
Cafe is one of my
that's
favorite
sad.
venues.
Hey, Orinoco is a shit, by the way.
Foreign Taco.
Yeah,
yes,
Orinoco's pretty
they
cool.
are the shit.
There's a venue actually
Foreign
in
taco.
yeah, right. In Naperville that I didn't know about called the Waiting Room. They're going to have a show April 4th with our friends in Portals, Deaf Ear, and Soulkeeper, Station 6, and Bad Blood. And it's $5 entry in all ages. And just like they said tonight in Reckless Redemption, all ages shows draw. So make sure you make it out to that. That's pretty cool. Naperville, $5 on the 4th. That's pretty awesome. Next week on our show, let me see who we have on. I had my list here. Ba-ba-da-da. Endostalgia is coming on for their 3rd time. Yeah. So make sure you come out to visit Spirit Keys. We'll be upstairs. You can hang out with us every Tuesday, uptown Elmhurst. And come hang out 8 p.m. till about 10:30, 11. That's when we end. But Endostalgia will be on, and all is available to hear on our website, themetalexperience.com, with all of our past interviews, written interviews, and all of our album reviews. And then anything else that I left out, we'll post on our Facebook page, event page, and all that fun stuff. Where can everybody find everything that's Reckless Redemption, and what do you have available that people can buy through you, either at shows or online?
Okay, so you can go on our Spotify that has our newer stuff on there. Where all of our free stuff is on Reverb Nation. You can check out our Facebook page. We're on iTunes, Google, YouTube, pretty much any streaming platform. And if you want to buy anything, I guess you can buy a physical copy off us at shows.
We really should start a website where people could order online.
We are planning it.
Good. Soon.
Very soon, yes. A very professional site that has our EPK on it and all that fun shit.
Before we leave, can Huff give us a gnarly low?
Oh, I don't want to do one right now.
No, do a gnarly low for us.
No.
Do it so they can hear you in Norway.
Can you give us a high?
Yes.
No.
Give us a high.
Oh.
Holy fuck.
That's without warming up.
Greg, you sounded like a dying elephant, and then Matt
Yes.
just showed you what to do.
Yes, like you just put me to shame. I'm going to shut up now.
Like,
Fuck.
I don't like to scream without warming up first because I sound like shit if I don't warm up.
Damn.
Yeah.
Your shit sounds like what I dream to be someday. Okay, so
Watch the Zen of Screaming. I don't know if you ever heard of
Oh,
that.
yes, I have.
Yeah, Melissa Cross, this old lady, teaches metal vocalists how to like.
Did you know how to do it before watching that?
No, no. I would just do my thing, and it sounded terrible. And I started watching that. It helped me out, and then I started like doing my own thing. Then I started listening to like deathcore bands, and I'm like, all right, I want to sound like that. So I tried to like, not like copy, just like try to sound like that. That's why I like when you listen to like our stuff. He's like, oh, he sounds like Mitch Lucker kind of. I'm like, yeah, he's one of my main influences. So.
Well, the last track that you played tonight is going to be off the newer album.
Yes.
It's called Cutthroat.
Yeah.
And what is that about?
Oh man. Okay. Without saying names of certain people, it's just about a person in particular who thinks they're the shit and they're top dog, and really they're just a phony and they need to be put in their place. That's all I gotta say about that. It's just somebody you think like, oh, they're such a great person, and really when you get to know them, they're just a piece of shit. That's what this song's about. Yep.
That makes perfect sense. Well, I want to thank you guys so much for driving all the way out here from Rockford tonight on what Luco would call a school night and make a whole big deal about it, as he usually does.
No problem.
So in the spirit of Luco, thanks for coming out on a school night, guys. And
Thank you for having us.
absolutely.
Yes,
We're
thank
excited to hear the new stuff. Excited to
Oh.
get you guys back if you guys are wanting to
For
come back
sure.
after it comes out.
Hell
With
Definitely.
Luco being here, hopefully this time around. And yeah, we're looking forward to all the announcements that you have coming up for Reckless Fest. That
Make sure
should
you
be
make it out
super
to that.
exciting.
It's gonna
I
be
will.
huge. It's gonna be a lot
You
of.
will?
Yes.
Be there.
Excuse me. There's going to be a lot of bands, a lot of heavy bands, some acoustic acts, but mainly like metal.
This guy over
Nice.
Orinaco's probably going to be on it.
here. Ooh, foreign taco.
So is Chaos Ordnance.
Ooh, good choices so
Just
far.
a couple
Just
of
a
bands
sneak
from the
peek.
area. Yeah.
Get you teased, and then we'll leave you with Cutthroat off the upcoming album to just leave you wanting some more for what August has to bring for these guys.
The shout.
Check them out, add them on Facebook, and make sure you hear our episode next week with Endostalgia. Good night.